Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash-talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, Brendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, a little notify bell next to it. It's especially important these days because we've discovered the community tab. Today, we posted a very important poll on the community tab of YouTube. We're going to start utilizing that to reach out to friendos in a different outlet.
Yeah.
Today we posted a poll.
You talking about the Frito Burrito one?
Yes.
That was yesterday.
It's today for me. I never went to sleep. I guess
you
it's
did
yesterday.
go to sleep. You told me you went to sleep.
Yeah, but I woke up at 1 a.m. Whatever. Yesterday. Why you always giving me shit these days?
I don't
man?
want to confuse people. They might think, oh, they might answered that poll. Thought, oh, maybe I missed something because he said there's a new poll today. They go with the same poll they already did.
Well, man,
I'm trying to avoid confusion within our community.
You're just trying to. Man, 2,500 people voted.
Wow,
in that
Frito
particular.
Burrito won handily.
Overwhelmingly, it's the new, man. It's the new because we did like a little test. We did Frito Burrito versus RB Beef and Cheddar, which is old school Steven Larson.
It is.
Frito Burrito is the new.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately, RB Beef and Cheddar? Nothing.
They have Euros at Arby's
Nothing.
now. Have you tried them yet?
No.
I like Euros. Some of you will.
No. Actually, no. Arby's actually has a lot of stuff that I would really love to try, but then I'm like, I like living. I like my heart not exploding, so I'm not going to do that. Anyways, wow. So that's where we are. We're right here, youtube.com/Steve Larson. We're also available in the audio podcast realm.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an audio podcast app on your phone,
odds are we're on it.
A great way to support Going In Raw, a very free and easy way, is to subscribe to Going In Raw on that app, and then maybe leave us a review, a ranking, or a comment. We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson, a great bunch of reward tiers there you can check out. And then we're at friendomarket.com. And during this show, all day today, we have a sale going on
right now. Super sale.
We've got it. Oh, it's a super show sale.
Super sale down. Super prices are headed down.
There you go. You figured it out. Well done. All the sticker and shirt packs are on sale for $25. Check it out. Friendomarket.com.
Yes.
So let's talk about Super Showdown.
All right.
In a nutshell, Larson. Number one, thanks so much to everybody for joining us.
Yes. We had a lot of people show up for our live stream.
And yes, we got to find out finally what it's like, although we kind of got a taste of it for some of the New Japan shows.
Yes.
What it's like for people down under, or maybe even in the European Union.
Having to stay up at all sorts of weird hours just to watch some wrestling.
Yeah. And so, yes, we do absolutely appreciate what you go through for your love of wrestling.
Yes. I need to bring that up too.
And so thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you very much.
It really made the show. Our community is what, Larson? What's our community? It's the best.
It's the best community.
It's the best community. It really is. In a nutshell, it was largely a pretty fun show. It was less infuriating than like a WrestleMania, where like when they overthink things, when the WWE creative overthinks things, we get stuff like the Roman Brock stuff,
Yeah.
And so it felt like it had that kind of scale, but there wasn't a whole lot of consequential things that were going on.
No, not really.
There was
one feud that ended, maybe two. No, more or less just one.
You're talking about AJ Styles,
yeah.
AJ Joe, right?
There was a title change. Other than that,
What was the other one you were thinking about?
What, feud ended?
Yeah.
Oh, Miz Daniel Bryan. But Miz is going to get involved in something.
Oh, that's ending in Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's on pause. That's on pause.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on hold.
Yes.
But even that, I wonder if Miz is going to interfere at Crown Jewel.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Highlight was obviously Buddy Murphy's title win, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Put on a great match. He got an awesome reception in his hometown. I'm sure that's a heck of a moment for him.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a moment for me, too. Because talk about a dude, we talk about 205 Live. There's so many great competitors there, so many great performers there. Buddy Murphy's in that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Him. We always talk about, beyond Cedric, it's him, it's Mustafa Ali.
It's Leo Rush.
Leo Rush, yeah. He's kind of newish there, and I kind of feel like
he might be on his way to Raw, even though he was on the show tonight.
And he's got like a 205 Live Open Challenge thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how that's gonna go. Like ever since he got to Raw, I've been kind of like, I'm not sure if they're really gonna have him go to the title scene on 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
But man, ever since Buddy Murphy, and you could tell he had that extra spring in his step, being in his hometown or whatever. And this is true of every match he's in. Everything he does has so much going on behind it.
Yeah.
Every move matters to him. He doesn't take any move off. And I love that about Buddy Murphy. So I would say if there's a guy who, it's him and Mustafa Ali in terms of, like you like to say, who really deserves it and who can be sort of the new face of 205 Live or another face of 205 Live. Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali. I'm glad that they gave this to Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
So yeah, do we have any? We're doing this live right now.
We are doing it live. Yes. We
So
have a couple super chats.
a couple super chats, and then we'll get into the details of the show. Mike
sure.
WOP, Steve is NWO John Cena. Yeah, man, we're both growing our hair out.
Yep. The real Poland can't stay. Have more WWE 2K to play. Priorities. Are you guys enjoying 2K19 so far? Thanks, friendos. Keep it real.
I am. I'm actually kind of itching to play it some more. So I might just no sleep for me today. Just gonna play some 2K19.
Alto, holy hell! Thought Steve was Cena, and the real Poland. Steve's new persona, NWO Cena. Love you guys.
All I'd have to do is take off my shirt, and those comparisons will disappear. Aaron Frankham, good evening from Australia. Had to work, so I had to sell my ticket. Much rather watch you lads give a real review, anyways.
Mr. Blue 7, the ending of a lot of matches confused me. There's a couple of matches that kind of ended out of nowhere. One kind of really ended out of nowhere.
All to service a 1 hour main event. Wow, that thing was like an hour long.
The whole thing took an hour from entrances to the conclusion.
Yeah,
roughly.
Why did I bring up predictions? I want to bring up the recap. That's weird.
All right, so I have the match times here. Guess how long Daniel Bryan versus The Miz was?
I'll say 3:34.
2:25.
Whoa!
Longest match of the night by far, main event, Triple H versus Undertaker. Bell to bell, 27 minutes and 35 seconds.
That's it?
But you have 4 entrances of extended video package, plus all the stuff that happened after the match.
How long? 27?
27:35, bell to bell.
If you were to have asked me before you told me, I would have probably said 37.
It felt every second of that 27 minutes.
Talking about the scenic route.
Oh yeah.
That's a match that could have been told in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. And he could have given 10 minutes to Daniel Bryan and Miz.
But they're old, so they go really, really slow.
It didn't need to be that slow. It was slow and clumsy. Anyway, let's start from the beginning.
Oh, I kind of disagree. You saw how they were moving.
Yeah.
I think it needed to be.
No,
I think by necessity.
No, I'm not talking about the speed of them. I'm saying the match didn't need to be that slow. I'm trying to say the match didn't need to be that long.
Oh, yeah.
They can't help
the
move.
number of things they did.
Yes. They can't help but move as fast as they move.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I mean, yeah.
That being said, the match was too long.
It was all over the map, too. Like, so normally matches that by necessity have to be slow because they're like old and stuff. You can tell a good story. I mean, if you go back, when was the end of an era match? 10 years ago?
6 years ago, I think.
Oh, it was only 6 years ago? Boy,
It's 28, I think.
They have all aged a lot since then.
And they made some references to their previous matches, going out into the crowd like WrestleMania 27. The finish was I read up, was a reference to WrestleMania 28. Because that's what Cage Side Seats said.
Okay.
Because while we were setting up, I did a little bit of reading about
research,
people's reactions to the show. So they were trying to harken back to their previous matches.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there was just a lot they tried to jam into this match. Not all of it worked.
This is interesting. Cody Miles chipped in with a super chat. Discord. By the way, access to the Discord, $1 a month. All you need is a single $1 pledge to the Going In Raw Patreon. We have a wonderful community over there on the Discord group. Cody Miles, one of the ringleaders, he said Discord did the stand tall math 55% correct.
Is that what's the sample size? That's what I want to know. On the sample sizes, is this something from just going into this show for the whole year?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he means this show.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he means this show.
All right.
So about half of the people that stood tall in the go home
lost.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So first up was Thebar versus New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kofi and Xavier Woods. Big E was cheerleading from ringside. Not ringside, from the apron.
No, ringside. Yeah,
ringside?
That's right.
Yeah, ringside. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a fun enough match.
It was one of those. Yeah, it was a good match. It was
These guys can't put on a bad match.
I know. A lot of the stuff going on here, especially when there was no title changes, kind of just felt like stuff you would probably see at a house show. Like good stuff, they turned it up like they would for TV a bit, but you kind of like going into this match, you knew New Day was going to win based on what happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would
there
actually
wasn't a whole lot of drama involved.
I would actually kind of counter a little bit, I'll put it this way. To further your point, it felt more like stuff you would see on a house show, not necessarily on SmackDown. On SmackDown, these guys kill it. You know what I mean? Like this actually felt kind of sub SmackDown-ish. Like I said, they can't put on a bad match.
Yeah.
But on SmackDown, and it's honestly kind of a testament to how good SmackDown's been lately. Everybody seems really inspired on SmackDown, you know, doing those matches. Kofi ended up getting the pin after a backstabber slap. So he delivered a backstabber to
Xavier delivered a backstabber to Cesaro.
Right, Kofi went up.
And then did the double stomp off the top rope.
Okay, and they got the pin doing that.
Yes. Next we had what easily could have been the main event of the show, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Another really good match between the two of them.
They took the violence and the physicality to a next level. There was a lot of strikes. Lots of, at one point, Charlotte, during their back and forth, yelled at Becky Lynch, said, "Come fight me."
Yeah.
And
there was an extended period of forearm exchanges.
Right, yeah.
Reminiscent of something you'd see in New Japan.
Yeah.
At one point, Becky went to the timekeeper area, grabbed her belt, said, "Enough with this.
I'm out of here."
Charlotte tosses her back in the ring, but the title stayed in the apron area. And then the finish saw Charlotte put Becky in the figure 8. Becky grabs the belt, hits Charlotte with it. Charlotte wins by disqualification.
Yep.
After the match, they brawl. And in the end, Becky throws Charlotte to the barricade. She walks up the ramp holding her title.
Yep. So that feud.
They announced that there's going to be a rematch on SmackDown on Tuesday.
Right on. Yeah, I wonder if that's an opportunity for them to hot potato that title a little bit. Kind of makes me wonder if they're going to do that. I'd be totally fine with that. I think it'd be great. But, I mean, you sort of run into the problem with the crowd is so into Becky right now.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure if they want just a hail of boos raining down on Charlotte. You know what I mean? I just don't know if they want to go there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
After that, we had an Elias Kevin Owens promo in advance of their match. Of course, Elias runs down Australia a little bit. Collingwood?
Something.
Collingwood? I think Dylan Haggett said it's supposed to be Collingwood.
Yeah. But before that, he was, doing his guitar solo, and he busted out some AC/DC Thunderstruck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To get the crowd into it.
Yeah.
And then he went off on his own soloing tangent, came back.
You can tell he was still riding high from his Seattle
Oh, yeah.
burn.
Kevin Owens called Melbourne a cesspool.
Yeah, because they were giving him a Kevin Owens chant. And then he said, before I was rudely interrupted.
Yeah.
This place is a cesspool. Which led to Elias and Kevin Owens versus evidently Steve here and Lashley. Jacked Steve is who John Cena is. We've both been growing our hair out, which evidently makes us look even more like each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because like all of a sudden my Twitter and the live chat started saying,
everybody said
God.
NWO Cena. Steve equals NWO Cena. No Leo Rush.
No Leo Rush.
Disappointing.
I don't like long flights.
I really wanted to see John Cena and Leo Rush interact. Here's another thing about this show that was interesting. There wasn't any backstage segments for the whole time. Even on a lot of pay-per-views, they'll have a little quick backstage or an interview or something. None of it. Just match to match to match. With, occasional video package when necessary. No backstage segments. Nary a one.
This is going to be a very silly supposition here, but maybe, given Leo wasn't there, given the SmackDown announce team wasn't there, maybe they brought a relative skeleton crew?
Oh, I think so. I think they traveled light, yeah.
No backstage production people either?
Yeah, I think they just brought the necessary people. Yeah.
And they sold, according to them,
70,000.
over 70,000.
Yes.
You think they can bring a couple DSLRs out?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
You'd think so. Yeah, it was just, not having the SmackDown commentary team was pretty glaring, and then no Leo.
Yeah.
A couple other things, no backstage segments, nothing like that, no pre-show.
I'll be honest with you, though. Until you mentioned it, I didn't miss it.
No, I didn't miss it at all.
Yeah.
I just get so used to WWE product a certain way.
Yeah.
And didn't see that in this case they kind of traveled with just the bare necessities. It seemed like just anybody who's on the show, probably just necessary production crew. Yeah.
It's the
bare necessities. It'd been nice for Leo Rush to be there, though. So I really want to see him and John Cena interact.
I know.
I thought that'd been great.
I know. I agree with you.
And we're not going to see it because John Cena's heading right back towards he's shooting a movie in China right now, right?
Yeah.
So he's heading right back to China.
So this was hilarious.
Everybody else is going back to the States.
Bobby Lashley. Do you still have Wikipedia? How long was this match?
10 minutes.
Okay, so 9 minutes of this was Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Versus Elias and Kevin Owens. They were teaming up on him. And he was being thrown around. Eventually, at around the 9-minute 40-second mark, I would say.
Fair, that's fair.
Tags in John Cena. And what do we get, Larson?
6 moves to do, man.
Literally only
shoulder tackle, belly to back suplex, 5-knuckle shuffle, AA, and that new finishing move he has. Yeah.
That.
6 moves.
He literally got in there, did 6 moves.
Got the pin.
And then got the microphone, which is kind of the most important thing Cena does these days. And it was a very heartfelt.
It sounded like he was just reading some of his tweets.
It did. Yeah, it did. He seems, I mentioned this during the stream, he just sort of comes off as a sad guy these days. So when he was with Nikki Bella,
he seemed to be a bit more jovial. He joking around a bit more.
Yeah, he would joke around.
But
he seemed complete.
It was all very sincere.
It feels
very earnest.
It feels like when he was with Nikki Bella, I get the idea that so he doesn't have the big crowd anymore on a regular basis, on a weekly basis. And I feel like he gets it honestly comes off like the man gets a lot of emotional support from his own John Cena community.
From C Nation.
Thank you. From C Nation. Like that legitimately comes right?
Yeah,
it does, right?
I agree.
And between his tweets, and then his promo tonight, knowing that they split, and God knows who knows what the legit story is with that.
Yeah, who knows?
The man comes off as low because he doesn't have, he's off shooting movies, which, I've read. I've never shot a movie myself before. I've never been an actor in a big Jackie Chan movie.
But you were an extra on a...
I've been an extra, but I don't know the experience of being a star, sadly. But I've heard that it can be an isolating thing. A lot of, what is it, sit around and wait?
A lot of downtime. Yeah, hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. So you're in your trailer a lot. And he just came out there and delivered this promo it was very grateful for his time in WWE. And he talks a lot these days about his, winding down.
I know.
My best days are behind me. It's all just a bummer.
Is he having a midlife crisis?
It feels like it. Like, who grows their hair out? And granted, it's probably for a movie, but I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Maybe not.
Maybe he's always been like,
super long.
I've seen many superstars grow their hair long. John Cena wants to do the same. I want to try that.
I want to grow my hair. So it's in front of my face.
Yeah.
So you can't see me.
So you truly can't see me. Yeah, it's just kind of a bummer to see Cena. I want him to have some friends or something.
Yeah, I know.
Some like true friends. Maybe he shouldn't have given JJ Bella the business when he asked him just to freaking talk to somebody. Maybe he'd have had a friend there.
Well, at the end, didn't Cena say, "I'll open a door, but you have to walk through it"? Something like that.
Yeah, and then who knows what JJ Bella did with that?
Yeah, not much of anything, apparently.
I don't know, man.
You haven't heard anything about him in WWE developmental.
No.
Much less on the main roster.
I was there. Can confirm. Didn't see him.
Not at Performance Center.
Not at the Performance Center.
All right, can confirm.
I should have asked around, though, now that I think about it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Next, Iconics versus Asuka and Naomi. Customary pre-match promo from the Iconics.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't work heel whatsoever.
No, they didn't. I was kind of surprised. So just because later on we got to see what a true hometown pop was for Buddy Murphy, and it was big.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out, and I'm sorry, I forget who, that the Iconics are from Sydney, not Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
So they said it could be totally easy for them to say, we're happy to be here in Melbourne, but we'd rather be in Sydney. And I kind of thought that they were going to go there because they were setting it up.
And they didn't.
And then they didn't.
Mm-mm.
And I think the crowd, I mean, look, I'm sure, crowds are happy to have somebody from their own general territory, but it kind of came off like a standard WWE crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Just they didn't cut a heel promo, so they didn't get the booze.
Yeah.
But there didn't seem to be like an overwhelming, oh man, they're back or anything. That didn't come until Buddy Murphy. But no heel antics. And it was a fairly short-ish match. It was maybe like a 10-minute match? Maybe?
Yeah, about 10 minutes. No, it wasn't.
It was like 7?
A little bit less than 6.
Okay, all right. Yeah, wow.
Super short.
Yeah, so that was short. Yeah, no heel shenanigans, really.
Not really.
The Iconics, in the end, ended up sort of shoving Asuka outside the ring.
Yeah, Billie Kay threw into the barricade. Yeah,
got back in. They did their tag team finish, which is that knee to the head.
Yeah.
On Naomi, they got the win.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. They got the hometown win.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel as. They didn't play up how happy they were as much as I figured they would to be in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't try to make a real connection with the crowd. And so the win felt a bit less impactful. I wonder how much they wanted to really go with that, given that they're supposed to be heels in the end.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Whether
probably
they
the
wanted
case.
To, be baby faces for the night.
Yeah. After that, we had Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. No DQ, no count out. Must be a winner.
They kind of took the scenic route to the no DQ aspect of it because, they started out brawling on the outside.
Before the match even started.
Yeah, but then they had to make it inside the ring for the bell to ring, which is silly for a no DQ match. Just let them start fighting. But once they got back in the ring, they were in the ring for a while.
Yeah.
More or less. There was some, a little bit here and there outside.
Yeah.
And then a chair got introduced into the match. AJ Styles brought in, hit Joe with it, sat down on it for a little bit, and then was positioning it to do like a springboard move off the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Joe caught him with the Uranagi.
Uranagi, not to be confused with
Enziguri. Puts him through the chair. Looked like it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
There's a table set up in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Joe was trying to do a superplex through it. Instead, AJ reverses, puts Joe through it. Joe starts saying that his knee popped.
Oh yeah,
selling knee injury.
Yeah, that I was like, oh god. Everybody started thinking, oh my god, is this real? Is it fake? Is it real? Is it fake?
Yeah.
But thankfully it was fake.
Yes.
He got up in fairly quick fashion. Looks like we're having some troubles with the stream. Sorry, people. We're going to get that figured out.
Yes.
Or not.
So AJ starts working over Joe's leg.
Yeah.
Tries to put the calf crusher on Joe. Joe reverses it into a coquina clutch. And AJ manages to escape by working his way, going under the ropes because no DQ, no rope break.
Yep.
AJ goes for a phenomenal forearm. Joe catches him again, puts him in the clutch. I guess feeling that he wasn't going to tap at that time, Joe just did a suplex out of there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next, Joe puts AJ in the clutch. AJ does the reversal into the pin like he had done previously, their last match at Hell in a Cell. Joe kicks out. Right when he kicks out, AJ transitions to the calf crusher. Joe's leg apparently took too much punishment. He taps out.
Yeah, so that was a fairly definitive finish.
Yes.
For this. I do appreciate that character-wise AJ did seem to have much more of a mean streak, which I thought was good. He ended up going over clean with a tap out. Joe moves on now to
something else.
What? Something else, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then AJ just goes on to await the finish of Ms. Daniel Bryan.
Which, once the match started, he didn't have to wait very long.
He did not have to wait long at all.
No.
So, yeah. After that, we had Ronda Rousey and the Bellas versus Riot Squad.
There's a bit of tension about who was going to start the match. Would it be Ronda? Would it be Nikki? Would it be Ronda? Would it be Nikki? In the end, it was Nikki.
It was all very like cordial. I mean, they were just making their cases.
Yeah,
they were just making. There wasn't like any. It was like, oh, I just feel like I've been here for a while, so I'm just coming back. I think I should do it. And then Ronda's like, well, I'm champion, but okay.
But you're the veteran here.
Yeah, exactly.
Have at it.
Yeah. And
that is what happened. So the Bellas wrestled pretty much most of this match. Again, like the Cena Lashley situation. The Bellas wrestled for 95% of the match.
Yeah.
And Ronda just came in for the finish.
Yeah, pretty much.
There was a bit of a back and forth between Liv Morgan and Brie Bella, of course, following the incident that happened a couple weeks back where Brie Bella kicked Liv Morgan in the face, concussing Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Liv got off insecurity on Brie that looked like, I don't think it was shoot stiff, but it looked snug.
It looked pretty snug, yeah.
And then when Brie did her Brie mode running knee, she took her foot off the gas.
Oh yeah, she.
That was the softest running knee I've seen in a long time.
That was very gentle.
Yes.
So she's that sucks, man. Because I know we did an episode obviously talking about that because we talk about what people are talking about. But man, like to have the entirety of wrestling social media raining down on you.
I know.
That's got to be rough. I'll say this. If I got a fraction of the heat that Brie Bella had on her for that, stuff in the ring, you would never see me again. I'd say, okay, cool, right on. Deleting everything. You will not see me again if that's how it's going to be. So kudos to her for sacking up and, getting back on because, man, that sucks, So yeah. And I hate to think that as an outlet we're any part of that, but I think that we've been fairly measured in our response, But yeah, that's got to suck on that side of things.
Oh yeah. The Riot Squad was working over the Bells pretty good. And eventually Ronda got a hot tag. She was trying to put Liv in the armbar. Sarah Logan breaks it up, and they're going to do a double team move. They think they have the upper hand.
Yep.
Ronda Rousey says no. She puts both of them in the armbar.
This is a cool sequence. This is a cool little bit.
They both tap.
Yeah, I like this. This is good. They tap like immediately, put over Ronda really good. So good for them.
Yes.
After that, we had match of the night.
Match of the night.
Absolutely. No.
I don't think it's even close.
Yeah. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight title. Number one, it was awesome that I saw somebody on Twitter said that the pre-show had been canceled. I never knew there was a pre-show in the first place.
I don't think they ever announced a pre-show.
I didn't see that.
Maybe it just canceled in the sense that they didn't have one as opposed to every other pay-per-view where they do.
When Cedric came out, he came out first, huh? Cedric Alexander came out first
as
the champion. I guess,
hometown
guy.
Guy gets the second entrance,
He looked very happy though. I would not have thought that as a lose face.
No.
That was we're not on the pre-show.
You know, it could be not just we're not in the pre-show. We're in the second half of the card.
Yeah,
which the last
fairly prominent spot
happened for a cruiserweight title match that they're in the latter half.
We are
of the
on
card
after the WWE title match.
Yeah. So that's got to be fulfilling to know that you get that prominent spotlight to do your work, and B, maybe it's got to feel good knowing, all right, I've built up this title enough that it's on this spot on the card.
He's done a good job.
He's done an excellent job.
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
he's really added brought a lot of stability to that show after everything that happened with the whole Enzo thing and taking over. So for the 6 months he's had the title, I mean, he's been the anchor on that show. He's really, held things together over there.
You've said in the past that you felt that he was going to have a fairly significantly long title run.
I thought they could do a story where he has the belt till Mania again, then has the match against Mustafa Ali again. Mustafa wins it or something. Yeah, like that.
But I think your point in general is fairly sound. They needed a guy who can bring stability to the brand. I think he's done a very good job doing that. I think stability has been established. That's personally why I felt Drew Gulak could have been the guy to take it off him last month, or within the last at Hell in a Cell. They didn't go that route. They went with Buddy Murphy to get this hometown.
SummerSlam. Sorry.
To get this hometown pop. I thought it was a good place to do it. I think Buddy Murphy's an excellent guy.
Oh yeah.
To do it, and we got a Spanish Fly. We got a kick out of a lumbar check.
Haven't seen that before, as far as I know.
I don't think we've seen that before, and I think that's great. That is so, and the crowd, like, nobody saw that coming. Crowd popped huge for it. This is a good time to talk about this. I really love the setup there at the what is this place called?
Melbourne Cricket Grounds.
Okay. The field seating was like stacked. It was tiered. It looked like. Anyways.
Well, I mean, I think right. Probably the first 5-10 rows maybe was on the field, and then they had risers thereafter. Up into the grandstand area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not too different than WrestleMania. I think they just had more risers than they usually do for Mania.
Yeah, because it really made the place. It really gave it the impression that the crowd. Too often in these things, like, the crowd just looks so distant. But it was just row after row after row of people. And it really gave it like I don't want to say an intimate feel, but like for a place that's like 60 or 70, they say 70,000 people.
Yeah.
It did kind of give the field an intimate
they did,
bit.
It was such a vast field they had to deal with. Maybe they did some production tricks. Maybe they used a longer lens.
That could be.
Using like a 40 or 50 millimeter, they use like an 85, so
it
compress the space. I don't know. Anyways, the match starts. Buddy Murphy just hits Cedric immediately with like a really nasty knee right to the face. Cedric kicks out. Buddy goes for a top rope move. Cedric rolls out of the ring. But we saw some stuff here, a few things that we hadn't seen maybe ever. I don't think we've seen Cedric Alexander hit that top rope Michinoku driver during a match.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Yeah.
At one point, the crowd was chanting for Buddy. Cedric turned towards him, annoyed.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be mentioned going forward. And then, as you mentioned earlier, Buddy Murphy kicked out a lumbar check, something we have not seen maybe since the Cruiserweight Classic.
That was huge.
But in the end, Buddy Murphy hits another knee when Cedric was going for his springboard clothesline. Followed it up with Murphy's Law and picked up the win. Crowd probably pop of the night.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Loudest that crowd was the whole night.
That's not even questionable.
Outstanding.
Yeah. That was great. Next up, we had
Dogs of War versus the Shield.
Yeah,
this was long too.
This was long. How long was this match?
Almost 20 minutes.
Okay.
It felt a little too chaotic.
Yeah, there was a lot going on here. So, like, they've done this on Raw when it's been fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I'm perfectly willing to admit that maybe this is just because
it was 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning for us, the personal thing. It felt less fun than what we got on Raw. Before it was like 2-3 weeks ago. I was like, wow, that was actually a lot of fun, whatever that match was. So I don't know, man. Shield came down. They had their Bane masks on.
Yeah.
This match was what it was. Drew selling too much. He should sell less.
He shouldn't sell at all.
Yeah, basically. He should be like,
He should be
Zod.
Yeah.
As heel, Superman.
Basically invulnerable.
Yeah, pretty much.
The story going through this was still Dean, will he turn? At one point, Roman tries to Superman punch Dolph. Dolph gets out of the way, so Roman ends up Superman punching Dean off the apron.
Yep.
So he's out of it for a while. There's a moment where it's Seth and Roman in the ring. Dogs of War surround the ring. Dean gets up. He's on the fourth side of the ring, and they take a moment, sell the moment. Will Dean turn on the Shield, help Dogs of War or not? He does it. He gets back in there. They go for a Shield triple powerbomb. Braun comes on Drew. Braun comes in and breaks it up. It could have been a really bad spot.
Yeah.
And then Braun's going around the ring giving everybody shoulder tackles, and he yells to Dolph and Drew to get Dean out there, so he's going to run his ass over, he says.
Yeah.
He prepares to do so, and then Roman makes the save, spearing Braun through the barricade so Dean doesn't get a shoulder tackle, making up for his previous mistake.
Right.
In the end, Dean picks up the win for the Shield, pinning Dolph after dirty deeds. They do Shield fist bump.
Yeah.
All that. So it seems like Shield's still strong for the time being.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll change. I want to see Dean turn on him.
Yeah, that'll happen. It's not going to happen at 4:00 in the morning.
No. So yeah. Next, we'll probably talk about this match longer than it actually lasted. Miz versus Daniel Bryan. The Miz comes out. We should have thought something was wrong right away. Miz grabs a mic, starts to talk. Nope. Daniel Bryan music hits. Immediately interrupted. There's a little bit of back and forth. Daniel Bryan hits all but the final yes kick. Miz hits a knee plus. And Miz goes for a skull-crushing finale. Daniel Bryan rolls him up, and out of nowhere wins. So I know this is a situation where they were running long somewhere else, and rather than cut time off of the main event, which was apparently allocated an hour from video package to conclusion. So this match that is kind of a huge deal, it felt like, because it's for a title shot.
Yeah.
Lasted less than 2.5 minutes.
I hate saying this, but they could have stolen some time out of Samoa Joe, AJ Styles. I feel like that match plotted a bit too much.
Especially the first half. That was 23 minutes.
Yeah. And then, the Shield Dogs of War, I'm not into it. Just not into it.
They could have cut 3 minutes off that, 2 from AJ and Joe, the extra 5 minutes, and cut 7 minutes from the main event.
Yeah.
And then would have given us a 17-minute match. So if that same finish, the roll-up finish, had happened after a hard-fought 15, 20-minute match, I'd have been fine.
Yeah.
But then, just out of nowhere, 2.5 minutes in, I don't know. It seemed obvious that time was an issue and it was all messed up.
Yeah.
So, it was a bummer.
Yeah.
Serious bummer. But, they announced it. Crown Jewel, we're going to get AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, and that should be great. Miz will probably interfere, end up costing Daniel Bryan the title or something to further their feud.
Yeah. That has to be the way it goes.
Yeah. It'll probably be a triple threat.
Yeah.
At Survivor Series, I would guess.
Yeah, I could see
Between
that.
the three of them.
I could see that. Which leads to our main event. Main event. Triple H versus Undertaker.
Yeah.
Man. Wowie wow.
Long, plodding.
This is a very long affair.
Almost
Super
a half
long.
hour.
Yeah.
It had some good moments. I mean, it's always fun to see Shawn Michaels out there doing his run.
Yeah.
Or his jog.
His little weird legs.
Yeah.
They're always far apart from each other.
And his reactions are always great. He always sells the moment better than basically anybody.
Yeah.
So early on, or before the match started, I think on Twitter, I didn't notice it on the actual broadcast. It was announced that it was going to be a no DQ match.
Yeah.
And so there was tables involved, plenty of chairs, sledgehammer, of course. At one point, a table set up on the outside by the Undertaker. It isn't utilized immediately. At one point, he teases, like the spot he did at WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels, where he jumps over the top rope. And I'm like, no, please don't do that. Thankfully, Triple H stops him with the chair.
No, dead man, here's my chair.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Eventually,
Go ahead.
There were cool parts to this match.
Yeah. If it's condensed to a good 13 minutes, it could have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know. There was just too many bits where he just moves so slow. And I mean, but they were cool. There was cool stuff. There was, he was really taking that chair over Triple H's back.
Yeah.
That was cool. There was just a lot of goofy stuff too. Like some people, I wonder if some of it is, hey, we've been doing this for a really long time. A lot of it we can just figure out there. I mean, I'm sure they came out with their beats in advance, but maybe they needed a bit more run through time.
Maybe.
Because there was some things like when Kane was HBK around the table.
Yeah.
It was kind of comical. It was comical.
It was.
Yeah.
The table eventually came into play. HBK super kicks Kane. Triple H puts Kane on the table and drops an elbow off the apron, sends Kane through the through the table on the outside. Triple H eats the tombstone, kicks out. Undertaker apparently upset with referee Mike Chioda, decks him. Just cold cocks him, lays him out.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then Taker eats a pedigree. He kicks out. Triple H puts a chair around Undertaker's neck, gets the second rope, stomps on the chair. New ref comes down, obviously because Undertaker kicked out a pedigree.
Yeah.
And Kane pulls the ref out during the pin. Second ref laid out. HBK produces a sledgehammer from under the ring. Triple H and Undertaker stare down from across the ring. Triple H with sledgehammer, Undertaker with chair. They charge towards each other. Triple H hits sledgehammer to chair to Undertaker's head.
Yeah.
He goes for the pin, but there's no ref. And then we get a super kick. Undertaker tries to do a tombstone to HBK. Triple H breaks that up. Another super kick, a pedigree. Triple H gets the win. He finally beats The Undertaker.
Yes. Not at WrestleMania, but it was kind of a good substitute for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And Triple H is overcome with emotion.
Yeah.
Just completely overcome with emotion, seemingly.
So, I mean, I guess we're going to get a tag match at Crown Jewel?
Yeah, Crown Jewel.
That's what we're thinking.
DX versus Brothers of Destruction. Yeah.
DX versus, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, just a slow match. But I don't know. It was like the show. Look, we knew the show wasn't going to be, again, like I said, there was nothing huge riding on any of this. There are no big stakes. Universal, they didn't have to worry. I just feel like they worry so much about that Universal title and Roman Reigns.
Oh, I know.
That can suck the life out of a show.
And it does a lot of weeks on Raw.
And they didn't have to worry about that necessarily on this show. This did feel like a big, giant house show to a degree, except it all had to remain canon. The Daniel Bryan thing was super weird. He had a funny tweet about it afterwards.
Yeah, he referred to himself as Mr. Small Package.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, Mr. Small Package strikes again.
So let's read the...
Oh, there's a couple more notes about after the match.
Yeah,
Triple H picks up the win, and so Undertaker's selling it. He picks up the sledgehammer, hands it to Triple H. Triple H throws the sledgehammer out of the ring, helps Undertaker up. They all pose, and it seems awkward and weird because they'd all just beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And then eventually Brothers of Destruction do attack, beat the heck out of Triple H and HBK. Tombstone for Triple H.
Boom.
Choke slam through the announce table for HBK.
Yeah.
All, of course, to set up match at Crown Jewel between the four of them.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be more of the same for that.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of overbooking.
Lot of overbooking.
A lot of overbooking.
A lot of plotting about That's not going to be. But that's not going to be the main event of Crown Jewel.
No, the main event's be the Universal title match.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
You get Brock, Braun, and Roman in the ring together. That's going to be the main event.
Yeah. We got a couple last super chats here. Unfortunately, the stream died. We've been having all sorts of internet issues.
Yeah, it was working more or less fine.
For 4 hours, it was fine.
And then I understand it.
I don't know, man. It's been frustrating.
Keys7 has a couple here. Unfortunately, I can't actually hear y'all right now because I'm on a train home from the MCG, dropping in to invest in Going in Raw Money Stash. Live crowd made it seem a lot more exciting than it was, but it didn't convert on TV at all from what I gather. Too sweet. Enjoy the sleep, guys. Thank you.
No, we kind of understood that. Like I didn't poo-poo the crowd at all because that's a big ass stadium.
I know, and open air stadiums, it's hard to really on TV to capture the volume level.
For that Buddy Murphy match, though, man, you could tell they
it was loud. Yeah,
over the moon. Yeah. Joe Cronin show. What's up, Joe Cronin?
Hey, Joe.
He said, "I just finished my deal, guys. This show made me want to bleed internally. Very predictable, boring show to me. Just saying hi." Well, thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Mr. Dope, a.k.a. Tully, said, "My not smoking ended last night." Very sad to hear that, Mr. Dope. But you know what, man? Maybe you can get back on it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it for the show.
I think
so sorry to people who are tuning in for the recap. It is what it is. We're going to have to put Comcast down like a dog.
Yeah, we're going to be working on this.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.